Why hello there! Today I want to make another travel tips video, and this one's going to be for Fox Village in Miyagi Prefecture. Recently, Fox Village has kind of blown up on the internet and I've seen a lot of viral videos about it, so I think quite a few people will be wanting to plan trips there in the near future. However, it was one of the more complicated trips that I made around Japan, and so I want to help you guys have fun and not have to worry so much about the logistics of it when you go. So as usual, I'll be formatting this video by first talking about why I really enjoyed my trip to Fox Village, then we'll talk about the logistics of getting there, getting around, and where to stay, and finally I'll just talk about some random things that I think it might be helpful to know before going. Throughout the video, I'll also be linking my own videos from our trip to Fox Village up here somewhere, and I also have some photography from Fox Village that I will link in the description below. So let's get started. The basics are that Fox Village is in Zao or Zao Village, which is a tiny little village in the mountains of Miyagi Prefecture. The whole area is absolutely stunning, but we'll talk more about that in a second. So first I want to talk about what you can expect from a trip to Fox Village itself, because of course that is the main attraction. I'm not going to spend too long on this because suffice to say, it's exactly how you'd expect it to be. So I'd seen photos and videos online of Fox Village and I was kind of worried that it wouldn't live up to my expectations, but it absolutely did. It was amazing, such an incredible and fun experience. So when you first go through the gates to Fox Village, you'll be in a little petting zoo area, which is where they raise the baby foxes, and there's also some other domesticated type animals there, like rabbits and rats and things like that. You can feed and touch some of these animals, but just be aware that the signs that tell you not to touch them are serious. Okay, so after that you can go through to the main attraction area, which is the free roaming fox area, like free range foxes. And this was just incredible. It looked exactly like everything that I'd seen online about it. The foxes just roam free, they don't really care about people at all. Sometimes they'll come up to you and interact with you. It's amazing. Really, really amazing. I cannot speak highly enough of it, and I'm sure if you're watching this video you've probably already seen all the videos online, and it's just like that, let me tell you, just like that. Okay, so apart from that you can also hold foxes in the petting zoo area. I think once every hour or so they have a fox hug time where you can line up and you'll be given a fox to hold. Highly recommend doing this, of course. I mean, you're in Fox Village, you might as well hug a fox, right? So definitely check the times for that and be sure to get in on some of that fox hug action if you want to. Okay, I'm not going to spend too long on talking about Fox Village because I feel like it is everything that you'd want it to be, and you already know that you want to go there, so let's move on from that. The rest of Zao is actually well worth looking around. So as I mentioned, Zao is in the mountains, and it's just an incredibly magical area. There are a lot of hikes and walks that you can do through the mountains, and some of them are really easy, some of them are more advanced, so make sure that you check what type of walk you're looking for. And you can see waterfalls and mountain streams and rivers and forests. It's just this kind of surreal, peaceful area. It's really, really amazing. And the other thing that Zao is famous for is high acidity onsen, which are incredible. They're supposed to be really healthy and they just feel really, really good when you're in them. We went to an outdoor one and it was a really beautiful experience. I can't even explain it in words. But yeah, I definitely recommend having a look at some of the nature around Zao, make it a full day trip and do some onsen, that kind of thing. Zao is definitely more than just Fox Village if you're interested in that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what you can expect from a trip to Zao. I hope that helps you. I'm sure that you've already decided you want to go to Fox Village by now because yeah, I would have. Okay, let's move on to actual logistics. Logistics in terms of getting there and booking accommodation were where I made a few mistakes, so I'm hoping that this information can help you not make those mistakes. First, let's talk getting there. I came from Osaka, but it's pretty similar regardless of where you're coming from in Japan. You'll want to either get a Shinkansen to Fukushima or fly into Sendai Airport. From Sendai Airport or Fukushima, you can get a regular train to Shiroishi. And from Shiroishi, you can either rent a car or get a taxi up to Fox Village, which is about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's pretty simple, but I will put out one warning that the place you're going to is quite remote and there isn't terribly much English around, so if you don't speak or read Japanese, have everything that you might need to know or remember written down like in a notebook or on your phone or somewhere that you can have it handy. One thing I forgot to mention, the folks behind the desk at Fox Village will be happy to call you a cab when you're ready to leave as well, so you don't need to worry about that. Onto accommodation. I booked accommodation in Zao Village itself before I realized quite how small it was, and while I really enjoyed it and I loved the place that we stayed, I would recommend booking accommodation in one of the bigger cities in the area, like Sendai or Shiroishi. The reason for this is that I think that Zaomura is pretty much a day trip. Like, I think you could do Fox Village in the morning, and then go for a walk, and then do an onsen in the evening, and then go back to your hotel in a bigger area so that you could explore a different place the next day. The problem with booking accommodation in Zaomura is that after you go anywhere outside Zao, you have to come back to Zao in the evening to get to your hotel, and that can be kind of a pain. So yeah, I would really recommend booking in one of the bigger cities. It's also cheaper, and then you can just travel to Zao for one day because it's pretty simple, and then go back for the evening. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, I just wanted to mention a couple more things that I thought it might be helpful to know before going. The first is something that I touched on briefly before, and that is a lot of things aren't in English because this is a very remote area of Japan. So a lot of the signs that you see will either be in quite bad English or no English whatsoever, and same with the instruction pamphlets that you get in Fox Village. So you just need to be aware that if you don't speak or read Japanese, you might just need to use your common sense in terms of what to do and what not to do. There are a lot of helpful pictures, and most of the rules are really common sense, so you should be totally fine. But just don't be shocked if things aren't in English. Next, do not wear shoes that you really care about or that are really fancy and expensive. Treat this like going to a farm or something similar to that. You're likely to tread in poo or pee at some point, so it's best just to wear some old trainers and forget about it and have fun. The next tip I have is if you're planning on using buses to get around at all, check the timetables in every bus stop because the times are really erratic and they seem to change seasonally as well as for weekends and weekdays. So make sure that you're taking pictures of each of the timetables that you need to use, and just be aware that the buses in this area seem to be kind of erratic and not the best, so you might be safer just to use taxis. And finally, much like the bus timetable, take a photo of the fox hugging schedule because that does change seasonally and based on whether it's a weekday or a weekend. So that way you can just walk around and enjoy Fox Village and then check the photo that you took whenever you want to start heading back and time it so that you can get in a good fox hug session before you leave. Okay, so that is about everything I have to say about Fox Village. I hope that if you managed to make a trip there that you really enjoy it and that this video was helpful to you. If you have any other questions, of course leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. Apart from that, I will talk to you next time. Bye!